for me, the really disappointing thing is, and as I wrote in a column last week, and we talked about the film that I saw in Toronto, is like, personally, you know, I had hoped that with the election of our first black president, that we were in a society that was possibly post-racial, that we were there, that we could actually talk about issues in speak plainly about things that you're not allowed to speak about. You're not allowed to speak about. There's a lot of politically incorrect choices that you made in this film. That's why I really appreciated it, and all of the actors are so fantastic because they embrace the political incorrectness that's at the heart of the movie, which is that, you know, Kevin's character loves this little girl, and he's. Yeah. And he might be the better parent. It's possible that he might be the better parent for her. That's not a choice that Hollywood movies are generally allowed to make.
Yeah, but in the end, it was clear to Elliot that that wasn't quite the case.
Thank you.
Because when that little girl's sitting at that piano in his room, in his living room, it's kind of boring. Yeah, she's learning. But when she started playing music down in Compton, that house was filled with her cousins. That room was alive. It was electric, and Elliot saw that. You know, and I think that what happened was is Wee Wee and Elliot, they had a lot in common. I would say that we have so much. It's not wildly different. We are so close. And it's just our first thought. You're black, I'm white. You're Chinese, I'm American Indian. And that's it. Let's get over that. Let's, you know, there's a way to love and get along and celebrate and our cultural things. But
well, you're both wounded. I mean, as
we
parents,
are,
right? I mean, that's the more.
But there's a healthy respect between them. And I would say this, and it's not ever pointed out. I haven't really talked about it, but if you think about this movie, because Mike did a great job of not hitting things right on the head. Sure. I had the life of her boy in my hand. If you believe in 3 strikes or out, that young man was going away forever, given his rap sheet with that knife. And when I said no, we didn't make a big deal about that in the movie. It was a big deal to Wee Wee. And it was a big deal at the end of the movie, instead of me, when I go off to put myself in rehab, because certainly that's where he's going, that I didn't put her with Rick, my lawyer, and his little ditzy girlfriend. I could have done that. Could have done that. And maybe in the beginning of the movie, that's where I would have taken her. But no, he took her down there because he saw. And when we engage each other, we see more, especially if we can keep the conversation going.
Well, so okay, so now well, pause. So let me ask each of you, where are we in terms of the national conversation about race? We're in.
Well, why look at the dumbest guy here? That's not. Yeah.
No, my question is specifically, you know, about Ferguson and New York and Cleveland's another case, and this ongoing horror show we have of young black men getting shot, unarmed young black men getting shot. This is what I mean. That it's just that it's agonizing to think that we are still in that place. But for each of you, having really immersed yourselves in this issue of race, I really am curious what your thoughts are about what is going on in the country right now.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah, you first. We'll start down there.
You know, where are we? We're in a challenging time. We're in a really, really challenging time.
It started when Obama got elected. I mean, you know, from the first day.
You know, I disagree with you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and I do disagree with you. I do disagree with you, because she says it started when Obama got elected. I disagree with you, and we all have the right to have different opinions on this and different experiences. However,
All right, settle down.
However, I don't know. What do I want to say? I think that sometimes, hold on one second, I think that sometimes we are presented with really challenging times to see what we can rise to, honestly. And I think it's important, terribly, terribly important, that when we are presented with these horror shows that we see, that are real, that we ask ourselves, who do I want to be in the light of this?